I used to be a dry cleaner for some 26 years, and I ended up with emphysema. I ended up getting pneumonia and almost dying. I was blessed enough over the next 9 months to be qualified for a lung transplant. I received one. Actually, I received a double lung transplant from UCSF, San Francisco. 4 years later, I'm doing well. I require a lot of meds, which I must take the rest of my life, 35 pills a day. It's very expensive to live, but I must have my medicine because that's the only reason I am living. When you have a transplant, you'll always need anti-rejection medicines. I'd like to give you a little background on who I am, where I come from. I was born in Philadelphia to a family of very special people. My mother was a model, a supermodel back in the 50s. My dad owned nightclubs, similar to the Cotton Clubs. I used to sing and dance. I even acted in a play on stage in Philadelphia. I was fortunate enough to even be in a movie with Sidney Poitier when I was 20 years old. And it came to me as I spent all those years in the business that there was someone behind the scenes making things happen, and that was the promoter. And that's what I decided I wanted to be. I wanted to promote shows, music, special events. And I've been doing that for some 50 years. When I received the news that I was needing a transplant and I was dying, I decided I needed to raise some money. And I had a fundraiser at one of the well-known night spots in Mill Valley, California, Sweetwater. And 30 musicians from all over the country came to support me because they had dealt with me over the years. I'm raising money now to edit it, see what we have, and also to edit a lot of the footage I have just from my life in the entertainment business. With all of the entertainers that came to my aid and the prayers from strangers and friends, Chase Bank set up a trust fund for me called the Michael Harper Lung Transplant Trust Fund. Anybody can go in any Chase Bank and donate and support me. It was an honor for me to see how people gathered around in a time of need, and I want to pay that forward. I learned a lot about transplants that most people don't know. Most people didn't even know that they do double lung transplants. A lot of people have certain stigma about being donors. I like to not change their mind, but give them more information to deal with, because there's not enough people to give transplants. And believe it or not, you can't take it with you. Well, you can, but you can't use it where you're going. Family is very important. I'm a father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. I had 3 kids, 2 daughters and 1 son. 9 years ago, I lost my son. And while I was having my double transplant, I became a great-grandfather. So I'm a very lucky man that I have a new life to share that with them. Some more, because it could have been over. But I watched my kids lose their brother. I know what death is and pain, and if you can avoid causing your family pain, you try to do that. Because everybody loses when somebody's gone. Being in the entertainment business for 50 years or more, I used to sing, and I loved to sing, and I was very active, and I used to be everywhere doing everything with everybody because that was my job. When I first became sick, and for the 9 years that I was on oxygen with a tank, I had to slow down, stop doing a lot of things. I had to stop singing. I had to stop being everywhere. Well, this is what I want to do now that I do have air. I want to get back to singing. I want to get back performing. And I want to get back into the music business of helping careers, to keep promoting ideas, for promoting health, promoting anything in the arts, because it's in my blood now and I have to do it. I'm called to do it. And that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the time doing, spreading the word with music, joy, love, and just the sheer fact of every breath is very, very important. And that's what I'd like to talk to people about, educate people about. I like to do lectures, senior citizens, schools, and anybody that doesn't understand or know about transplants and health in general. So I would like to just educate people, because there are not enough people that understand that transplants work. I'm living proof that it can work.
Michael Harper is an incredible success story with a fascinating life story. We want to share his story with the world in the form of a film. He's fortunate enough to have many different mediums showing different parts of his life. We want to process the various mediums as a preliminary step in sharing his story. In order to do so, we need help and financial assistance. Some of the preliminary items we need money for include, and this is an incredibly basic outline, edit 10 hours of film from the Sweetwater concert fundraiser for Michael's double lung transplant. Edit the Judge Mathis lawsuit episode Michael appeared in. Edit family Super 8 films and old family photos. Pre-production of film, screenwriting, casting. Production of film, shooting, editing, sound recording, and reproduction editing. Post-production of film, advertising for preparing lectures and touring, and distribution. We appreciate your consideration and hope you have a wonderful day.